sudden death semi-final day at the MCG. Simon O'Donnell's out there, and he's recruited some inside help on the workings of the Essendon team and their chances. Simon, come in. Have you eaten that pie?
Oh, thanks. I tell you, I'm full.
Bit of heartburn?
Oh, yeah, a bit of heartburn, a bit of indigestion. Excuse me a sec. Oh, I'm better now. But no, I tell you what, there's going to be some fury out here this afternoon on the MCG with the West Coast Eagles and Essendon. And I know this man's ready for the fury he's about to face now. Mark Thompson, captain of the Essendon Footy Club. Bomber, how close were you to getting there?
Well, Simon, I was pretty close, but realistically, when you look at it, you're no value to the team if you're not going to make it through. And I was probably a little bit wary that I wasn't going to make it through. So it's better to have a fit person on the ground running around and going all the way.
Mate, with those injury worries, there's 4 or 5 under an injury cloud. It must be very difficult for Sheedy, and you're on the match committee yourself, to make that decision, because it is 4 very hard quarters of football.
Yeah, it is. The game's very demanding these days, and it is hard, and they are tough decisions, but like I said, you just got to go in with fit blokes who are going to fight and put on the best performance they can do.
Bomber, if you're going to go in there with fit blokes, tell us something about Harvey. Will he play today? Yes or no?
He's probably...
Well, you put him on the spot here.
He walked in with his bag. He walked into the ground with his bag. So he's a chance to play, but also he's a chance not to play as well.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. Actually, you should put one foot either side of that fence down there, Bomber. I tell you what, talk about sitting in the middle.
Just before we came on, Bomber was sitting with a leg on either side of this fence.
I bet it was hurting.
Now, Bomber, what about Paul Salmon? Did he take himself off the ground last week, or did the coach remove him?
That's a question from Sam Newman. Bomber is a very intelligent man.
Was that Sam Newman? It doesn't sound like Sam. What's happening to your voice, Sam?
Well, I've lost it, Bomber, unless you've become a Rhodes Scholar overnight.
No, Paul Salmon, he did take himself off. He thought he actually hurt himself, but this week he's got up and, you know, he's got a big role to play today if we're going to be successful. He's got to kick 6 or 7 goals, and he's ready for the game, and I just hope that he does it for us.
Bomber, as far as fitness goes, you're not in the team today, of course. If they win, will you be available next week? And if they win, will you be available for the grand final?
Yeah, I'll definitely be available for the next game if we get through today. You know, like I said, you have to make a tough decision at the table, and I just thought that I wasn't going to get through, but I'll definitely be right for next week if we get up.
Would you be okay for the end of the season footy trip?
I'll definitely be all right for that.
You're going to Werribee with a cut lunch.
Okay, Carl, you won't be right for next week's game, whether or not the West Coast Eagles get there. Let's put
Carl
the other
has been
perspective.
right for about 17 years.
You've got a chance, Carl. Get in for your chop.
No, he's too late.
Bomber,
He's too
I
slow.
wanna ask
That's
Bomber a
why they're
question.
3 hours behind us and he's 3
Bomber,
years behind us.
what's the key to Essendon winning today? What do you think are the important parts to make sure that you have a good victory?
Well, I think we've just got to go in and just really attack the ball like our best qualities this year has been the way we've attacked the ball and the way we've never given in, and I suppose if we adopt that attitude today, that will be hard to beat.
Okay, let's go around the panel. What do you think, Derm? Who do you think will get through?
I would hope Essendon do, but I can't see them beating West Coast, and Carlton's already got the flag in the bag, if you ask me.
Let's not muck around, Mel.
I think West Coast will win this game. I think that even though 10 of them are supposed to have small injuries and going to be running around with maybe a few injections, I think that they'll have enough. It just worries me, Simon Madden, the point that so many of the guys at Essendon are under problem. He's one game in about 8 or 9 weeks, and all these guys just at the end of a tough game, the last 5 minutes of each quarter, when you really got to put in, it does take a little bit of edge off you, don't you think?
It takes an edge off you. I'd have to be going for definitely going for Essendon, because I think the way they've finished on with over the last all their games this season, the way they finish on has been their strength, and I think today they'll finish.
Young side, they're always going to have that.
They're going to finish on, and I think they'll win by 2 goals.
Carl, in the inside point of view, Mickey Moldhouse has got the team momentum really rolling at the right time of the year. You couldn't really be much stronger apart from maybe yourself.
Well, the Eagles' performance last week, as far as I'm concerned, Max, I've been watching a lot of football this year, and it was their best performance. Their first half was terrific. Our defence was tight, and our forward line kept the ball in there, and we had 12 goal kickers out of 17. And if Summer can kick a couple this week, well,
what's wrong
that's
with
even
him?
better for us.
Got a big fat bum.
Well, it's like you know, everyone picked on Lewis. Everyone picked on Lewis in '91. It was Turley last year, and at the moment, Peter Sumich is just having a bad
That
trot.
doesn't answer the question. He is entitled to be criticised too, because he's
exactly.
He's a very good player. His average was 5 goals a game in finals until last week, so he's entitled to get a kick in his fat bum, isn't he, Ted?
That's right. I agree with you, entitled. You know all about fat bums too.
Summer's got a very slow metabolism though, so it takes a bit to sort of wear it off.
Last word, Ted.
Well, I don't think you can go into a final series with injured players and injured players. And I believe the West Coast Eagles can win this game this afternoon. We've got one in the Vicks. We could have two, but I think
Sam,
the West Coast will
you've got a cheerio too for
Now,
Simon.
Bomber, I would suggest that you be careful of the man standing next to you, because he's had the name now down at St Kilda of the Canteen of Cutlery. He was born with a silver spoon, speaks with a forked tongue. He'll stick a knife into the back of any coach that doesn't perform, and Ken Sheldon's been his first scalp.
Simon, on that note, we should shut the drawer.
Pedants such as yourself, Sam, pedants such as yourself should one day grow up and take some responsibility in the sport they love and not sit there and criticise time after time. Look up
Straight from Assumption College. Thank you very much, Simon. Good luck, Bomber. May the best team win out there today. Thanks very much, chaps. After the break, Ken Sheldon and what it's like to be a coach without a team. Where is Simon?